Welcome to part one of the N54 maintenance work. Today we're going to be removing the transmission and all the undercar cowling that is part of that. From there, we're going to end up creating a part 1A, part 1B, part 1C, those types of things to do while the transmission is been removed. So, without further ado, let's just get right to work. All of this undercar cowling has 8mm bolts, and take it all off from the sides, all over. This guy here just twists right off. There's definitely some sort of a leak going on up here. Rear main seal, looks likely. Oil pan gasket, more likely. We're replacing both anyway. This guy's got to come down. So in order to remove the transmission now, we need to start unplugging the oxygen sensor wires. We need to remove the exhaust. And we need to take down, of course, the drive shaft, transmission bracket, and exhaust hangers. For exhaust downpipes to mid pipes are 13mm, best use an impact. You can always use your hand, but these are a little bit more rusty than normal, so it's going to take a little bit to get them off. With the removal of the exhaust, you have a couple of options. You can either remove the bottom part of each of these and squeeze the exhaust hangers through these tubes, or in most cases you can remove the bolt that holds the hanger top on. In this case, it's actually very easy. Just remove the nut there. And in this case, it's very easy. Just remove the nut there. So on the back pieces, this guy here and this guy, it's a lot easier just to remove the hardware. Here, it might be a little bit easier just to remove the bottom piece and then have the exhaust slip out of that. So that's exactly what we're going to do. All right, exhaust is removed. Removing the mufflers and putting in straight through is going to be another video. Now we want to take off the exhaust shielding to remove this part of the drive shaft and the center bearing, and maybe we'll just let the drive shaft hang as long as it's not too consequential of an issue for the CV joint on this side. Otherwise, we'll just have to take the whole drive shaft out and just lay it on the ground. But we do need to access that in order to get to the shifter stuff and also replacing the transmission mounts, and then also start getting access to this stuff so we can start getting to these bolts as well. Now we want to take off the exhaust shielding to remove this part of the drive shaft and the center bearing, and maybe we'll just let the drive shaft hang as long as it's not too consequential of an issue for the CV joint on this side. Otherwise, we'll just have to take the whole drive shaft out and just lay it on the ground. But we do need to access that in order to get to the shifter stuff and also replacing the transmission mounts, and then also start getting access to this stuff so we can start getting to these bolts as well. I mean, all those torx bolts. Removing the drive shaft guibo here is actually pretty easy. If you have a impact, it makes it all that much easier. We're talking about 18mm on these guys. What we're doing is we're just going to be removing these three bolts. There's one here, one up here, and one over here. You can get access to them by spinning the drive shaft. Using the impact makes this easier for removing because you don't have to worry about having to lock the drive shaft in place with the parking brake or by keeping the car in gear. So the impact, that makes that a lot easier. However, if you did have just two wrenches, you can easily use one to pull against the other. So the idea here is that you take the back side of the 18mm, put it up against the bolt, and you take this guy and put it right up against that, and it comes right out. Do that for the other two, and you basically can pull that right out, and you can have it hang a little bit down. Since we're not really going to be working from here on back, we really could just let the drive shaft hang in the balance. It's not a problem. $15 millimeters for the center bearing. At this point, the drive shaft is going to want to hang down now since there's nothing supporting it in the center, and you can just pry it out and let it hang. To prevent yourself from losing hardware, it's always a good idea to take the original hardware and screw it back in. That way you don't lose it. Now before we start disconnecting the transmission stuff and the shifter stuff, I would like to keep the transmission supported. So when I do remove the transmission, it's not just going to droop down on me. So there's 4 bolts holding the transmission in place to the chassis, and there's 2 nuts on the back side that's holding the transmission mounts on. All that's 13 millimeters. So it should be super easy to loosen the whole assembly and just have this puppy slide right out. Before we drop the transmission and the shifter aside along with it, we need to make sure that the shifter can actually separate from the console. In order to do that, you just simply pry up to get the boot lifted up, and you also just pull the shift knob up. Then everything comes out, and the whole assembly just pops down. So this is the moment of truth where I have one more bolt left to go, and it was right on the top. It's actually an E14 at the very top. Very difficult to get to, so I had to remove the shifter mechanism in order to access that with like 4 or 5 different extensions. But I was able to finagle it in. I got it locked up. I broke it loose. And now I just need to finish removing it, and then the transmission should start to wiggle out. And now I have my jack stand here to support it so that it doesn't fall off. So this is really the moment of truth for removing the transmission, and let's just do this. I got the last bolt out. The one at the very, very top was really, really hard to get to. You had to use a lot of extensions, but I was able to break it loose, and now the transmission is kind of floating there. So what you want to do is move the jack back so it's out of the way. All right, until it kind of breaks itself loose. All right, make sure it's not getting caught on anything else, like the exhaust. Okay, bring it down a little bit more. Gravity kind of do its thing. And then, let's see how this works. Keep it wiggling. If you keep it wiggling as you're bringing the transmission down, it proves that it's still free and it's not getting binded up on anything. You always want to give it a little wiggle as you're letting it down. In this case, I think I'm good. And then just kind of hang out there. There. And there was that bolt. And now the transmission is out. But before we go, I would like to talk about the bolts that are used. These are all of the transmission bolts that are used to attach the belt housing to the block. And here is what all these bolts look like when they're actually installed. There are 3, 1, 2, 3, and these guys go on the bottom, E10 sockets. And then we have 1 E12 socket that goes right up here. There is not one right there, not on the stock N54. E14s, there are 2 E14s. This is the one that's really difficult to get access to. All right, and that's basically using 3 or 4 long extensions in order to get to it, and you have to really, squeeze in to see it. And then of course you have 5 E18s that are right here, right? You have 1, 2, and then you have 1, 2, and then 3 down there. And that takes care of removing the transmission. And now you have access to the clutch, which will be another video. And you'll also have access to the rear main seal, which will be another video. Thanks for watching.